Saʿīd ibn Amir al-Jumahi was one of thousands at the invitation of the Quraysh leaders who went to witness the killing of Khubayb ibn Adi, may Allah be pleased with him, one of the companions of the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, whom the Quraysh had captured treacherously. As Khubayb, shackled in chains, was pushed by onlookers to his appointed place for execution on a wooden cross, Saʿīd watched from a vantage point above. From there he heard Khubayb's firm but quiet voice amid the shouting of women and children. "If you would, leave me to pray 2 rakats before my death." This the disbelievers allowed. Saʿīd looked at Khubayb as he faced the Kaaba and prayed. How beautiful and how peaceful those 2 rakats seemed. Then he saw Khubayb facing the Quraysh leaders. He said, "Had I not feared that you would think that I was afraid, I would have prolonged the prayer." Saʿīd then saw his people set about dismembering Khubayb's body while he was yet alive and taunting him in the process. "Would you like Muhammad to be in your place while you go free?" they mocked. With his blood flowing, he replied, "By God, I would not want to be safe and secure among my family while even a thorn hurts Muhammad." Saʿīd watched Khubayb lifting his eyes to the heavens above the wooden cross. "Count them all, O Lord," he said. "Destroy them and let not a single one escape." Thereafter, Saʿīd could not count the number of swords and spears which cut through Khubayb's body. Saʿīd, now approaching manhood, constantly reflected on the martyrdom of Khubayb. He would see him in his dreams in front of the Kaaba, praying his 2 rakats with complete tranquility. He would hear the reverberation of Khubayb's voice as he prayed for the punishment of the Quraysh, and he feared a thunderbolt from the sky or some calamity would strike him. Khubayb, by his death, had taught Saʿīd what he did not realize before, that real life was faith and conviction and struggle in the path of faith, even until death. He also taught him that faith, which is deeply ingrained in a person, works wonders and performs miracles. He taught him something else too, that the man who is loved by his companions with such a love as Khubayb's could only be a prophet with divine support. Thus was Saʿīd's heart opened to Islam. He stood up in the assembly of the Quraysh and announced that he was free from their sins and burdens. He renounced their idols and their superstitions and proclaimed his entry into the religion of God. Thereupon Saʿīd migrated to Medina and attached himself to the Prophet. May the peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. He took part in the Battle of Khaybar and other engagements thereafter. After the Prophet passed away to the protection of his Lord, Saʿīd continued active service under his 2 successors, Abu Bakr and Umar. May Allah be pleased with them. He lived the unique and exemplary life of the believer who has purchased the hereafter with this world. He sought the pleasure and blessings of God above selfish desires and bodily pleasures. Saʿīd was appointed as the governor of hymns in Syria under the caliphate of Umar. In this role, Umar offered Saʿīd a gratuity to which he responded, "What shall I do with it, O Amir al-Mu'mineen? The stipend from the Hav al-Mal will be more than enough for my needs." With this, he proceeded to Homs. Not long afterwards, a delegation from hymns made up of people in whom Umar had confidence came to visit Medina. He requested them to write the names of the poor among them so he could relieve their needs. They prepared a list from him in which the name Saʿīd ibn Amir appeared. "Who is this Saʿīd ibn Amir?" asked Umar. "Our governor," they replied. "Your governor is poor?" said Umar, puzzled. "Yes," they affirmed. "By God, several days go by without a fire being lit in his house." Umar was greatly moved and wept. He got 1,000 dinars, put it in a purse and said, "Convey my greetings to him and tell him that the Amir al-Mu'mineen, has sent this money to help him look after his needs." The delegation came to Saঈd with the purse. When he found that it contained money, he began to push it away from him, saying, "From God we are, and to him we shall certainly return." He said it in such a way as if some misfortune had descended on him. His alarmed wife hurried to him and asked, "What's the matter, Saঈd? Has the Khalifa died?" "Something greater than that," he replied. "Have the Muslims been defeated in a battle?" she asked. "Something greater than that. The world has come upon me to corrupt my hereafter and create disorder in my house." "Then get rid of it," said she. He took the dinars, put them in bags, and distributed them to the Muslim poor. May Allah allow us to learn from these exemplary companions. Follow for part 2 of Saঈd's story and more authentic Islamic stories and reminders.